Yesterday, the World Health Organization reports 634 people have died from SARS worldwide. Pope John Paul II celebrated his 8th.
And this is the most beautiful, extravagant, lovely Sakai. These 16 right here times these 4. And I can put a different sound on each one of these pads, and every time I hit that pad, I'll hear that sound. I got Kai FPC 2000 XL, no marketing intended, along with a regular old, I think it's Technique. Oh, it's terrible. I should know my own equipment. It's a Technique's turntable, I think, but it's a really low grade mixer that I don't really know what kind of brand it is, and some speakers. I start by listening to records, just kind of scrolling through, going over records, listening for sounds. If there's a certain type of sound I'm really looking for, I might search for that type of sound. I find a sample and I say, oh, I could do something with that. I like that sound, I like that bass line, I like that key or whatever, I like those chords.
The recording process.
Splice it up how I want, try to manipulate it, change it a little bit, chop it up if I want to. I try to mix it up a lot, and use everything I can. Japanese, Chinese, you know, use a lot of African music, whatever it is. Let's say if I take DJ Premier and I take RJD2, and I'd say, looking at DJ Premier, he's very straightforward, he's very cut. And then nowadays, you know, RJD2, DJ Shadow, they're doing something completely new with it, which is what I basically do now, and I like to think of it as like an audio collage. And basically what it is gathering like a whole plethora of samples. Like, it's a lot of tone matching and stuff like that, so that the beats become very layered, and it's almost as if you have a whole band playing. And I think now that beats are more intricate and have a lot more moods and sections, MCs have to hold a lot more depth to what they're saying and move with the beat. I work very closely with Rush. Super dope. Inspires me a lot to do what I do.
Bartender says to pick your poison, homie, this is very true. People walk away from families for the liquor and the brew. That was your life. Remember when you had a loving wife who was begging you to listen, but you wouldn't pay attention. You were too busy bullshitting at a bar getting drunk. Put your problems in a cup and then go home and beat her up.
It has a very universal sound, which is very easy for people to hear. It's definitely easy on the ear.
Infiltrate the music industry behind the scenes, you know, behind the boardroom table, you know what I'm saying? And not just, you know, as eye candies, or not just the gopher managers, you know what I'm saying? Or not just the assistants, the road chromies, you know what I'm saying? Just, I mean, actually making executive decisions. But the only way you get that opportunity to be a leader like that is if you're proven. So I guess that's what we gonna do right now.
It's hard to be a pioneer. I think it's really hard for women to get power because they do feel intimidated. Because I myself, I write rhymes and stuff, but I never perform them or anything because I feel that I won't get respected. I remember going to a freestyle circle and this girl, she kept trying to jump in with all the other guys, but they just kind of interrupted her, you know, went over her, and she just gave up. So that's how I feel.
We don't really, a lot of times, feel like it's ours too. We feel like, oh, that's guys. Oh, you a girl rapper? So what, you don't say a boy rapper, you just say a rapper or an MC.
Women in just hip hop or any media, they do have to struggle with a lot more stuff than the men. Let's look at Little John, for example. He's ugly, he's hurt, but he still gets the record deals, he still gets the women, and he still gets the fame. Females especially can't be necessarily overweight and have all the fame and everything.
People believe that women aren't, you know, their part in hip-hop, their role in hip-hop is, you know, in the videos, dancing, shaking their ass, spinning over the front. Basically, the only way women can see themselves getting involved is being one of those video chicks. But that's not enough for me, though. I think women deserve more than just to be in the background dancing.
You
you gotta show it the way that it is, but the images is so, it's disrespectful. If all of your videos got naked women running around, you know, gyrating all over you, throwing you money, you know, it's cool if you want to create your own fantasies in your video, but you know what? Mix it up. Don't be so bland, sauce it up, you know what I'm saying?
Main women in hip hop is Little Kim, and I think I look up to her, or I like her because she is raunchy and she is scantily dressed, but she can sing and she can roll with the big guys. Her talent is in her voice, it's not in her body.
They don't really show other images. They just show constantly hoes, you know, with bras on, with champagne all over them and stuff. It's ridiculous. I guess the images that they represent ultimately what this society thinks about women.
Here's a little story that must be told. Here's a little story that must be told. DJ Permits concentration. DJ Permits